Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this fine Thursday morning, July 11th, 2024? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Waking Up America with the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm Charlie, the Country Conservative. Hope you guys are having a great morning. It's never a great morning anymore. Too early for this stuff not to be able to sleep. So I'm going to share with you what I'm going to be going over tonight on my Conservative Viewpoint weeknight podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for anyone that can't make it. I'm just going to do over a brief summary of it. And if you can and want to go in more depth, tonight's going to be one hell of a show. I've got like 10 or 11 video clips for you guys to see because so much is going on around here with the election coming up and Joe Biden's mental acuity and I mean just everything in general that it's mind numbing. You can't keep up with everything that's going on, especially when, like me, I'm a one-man band here and I do everything for myself. I don't have producers stuff. I don't make money on this. I do it just because I'm awake. That's why I'm doing this show this morning. I'm hoping to sleep in one day where you won't see me on here, and I bet you're going, yay! No, kid. Hope you're enjoying the show and get a little touch of what we go over at night, because we really get more in depth in what the topics I'll go over with you here shortly, and we show the videos and stuff like that. But I am going to give you a touch of one of the videos today. Here in a little bit, if I can find where I did with it. And I think that one's going to be it. Oh yeah, that'll be it later. Here in a little bit, I'm going to give it to you because there's so much going on with Joe Biden and him. He needs to drop out of the race. He will not make it 4 years. And that is the video that I'm going to show you. And you know what? We'll just do it right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now here I've got a little touch of a video for you. And it's about, well, it's a little bit long. It's about 1:54 seconds. But it's something that you guys might want to hear about what's going on with Joe Biden. Here's a doctor talking about Joe Biden's brain and possible having Parkinson's. And then we also got George Snuffleupagus, which is Snuffleupagus, whatever it is. George from Good Morning America talking about he don't think Joe Biden should do another 4 years. He was questioned on the streets and didn't realize he was questioning as according to him, but I know he knows what he's talking about. So take a listen to this real quick.
More bad news about Joe Biden and his health. Neurologist Dr. Tom Pitts said it's a fact that President Joe Biden has Parkinsonisms and degeneration of the brain.
You've never examined President Biden. From my knowledge, you've never even spoken yet to President Biden.
Been in the
yeah,
room
and we're just going to use what we have so far, which is what we've seen, the president's interviews, and the information coming out of the White House.
His motor symptoms are degenerating. He has Parkinsonisms. That is a fact. He has degeneration of the brain. Show me the MRI. Show me he doesn't. Put your money where your mouth is. He definitely has it. But the problem is when you look at his situation, you can't say, oh, I know for a fact he has just such classic features of neurodegeneration. I mean, word finding difficulties, and that's not, oh, I couldn't find the word. That's from degeneration of the word retrieval area.
He's also overcome stuttering, though. Could that be part of that, too?
No, this is not a palatal issue or a speech discrepancy, which is very different from a lemma dysfunction, actual word retrieval.
Meanwhile, ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos, who sat down with the president last week and questioned him on his mental fitness, was caught on camera on the streets of New York yesterday and asked if he thinks Biden can serve another 4 years.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, how you doing? Good. What do you think? Do you think Biden should step down? You talked to him more than anybody else have lately, and you could be honest. You don't think he can serve 4 more years? All right. That's an answer.
Stephanopoulos responded to the incident last night. He said in a statement earlier today, I responded to a passerby. I shouldn't have. ABC News also weighed in, quote, George expressed his own point of view and not the position of ABC News.
And what he expressed, in case you couldn't hear it there, was that Biden could not serve 4 more years.
Covering their butts. That's all they're doing. And it's pathetic. They know that he can't serve 4 more years. His mind is gone. He shouldn't be in there right now, holding the nuclear button, the nuclear codes in his pocket, and he should not be in there. But this is the kind of stuff we go over at night, and we get more into depth in it, and the people in chat are great on Wimkin, W-I-M-K-I-N. They get involved, get engaged, get their voices out there, and that's what we're about here on the Conservative Viewpoint, because here we believe the truth always matters. And you're not going to get that off cable TV. And that's why so many people are cutting the cable and they're coming over to places like this, well, bigger than me, but they come over here to get the truth because they're tired of the lame news bull that these people are putting out. And it's the truth. I mean, they put out what narrative the Democrats and the White House tells them to put out. Not Joe Biden, because he don't even know what day it is. So they're just doing, the White House types up something and said, you go with this. And they say, okay. And the problem is the liberals believe it. They don't pay attention themselves to what's actually going on around this country. They don't pay attention to Joe Biden's mental acuity, which is an issue. They just think what they see on TV is right, and it is not. Once in a while, you get a slip of the tongue, just like George Snuffleupagus here. And if you're older as me, then you remember what Snuffleupagus is. And he slipped out, and he said he slipped out, but if he said it, he's thinking it, and that's what he means. So, okay, let's get over some stuff here. I'm hiding one of my sites here, so I can't see them. Let me put it over here so I can see. Now, we're going to get into stuff like there are still Democrats wanting Biden to step aside. They've been meeting in private. And I know there's an article, and I'm not sure if it's in today's or tomorrow's. It's going to be in the Mars show, but even drunken grandma Nancy Pelosi is wanting Joe Biden to step aside. But not that it means anything, because her word doesn't mean anything to me at all. Now, Biden firmly committed to re-election bid. Time for party drama to end. That's what he's saying. And I don't believe it's drama. He's in denial. In which most people would be when you have mental problems like this. But remember, he had a brain aneurysm years ago, and this is bound to be expected. When you have some type of brain injury, you're going to see, and I worked with patients before when I was running an ambulance, so I know a little bit about it, that you're going to have problems in the long run because your brain's not going to heal like normal. So he's going to have issues. What else we got here? If it'll come up here. Well, Biden's support on Capitol Hill grimly uncertain as Democrats argue in private about should he run or shouldn't he. That's not a hard question. He should not be there. He should not be in there right now. So they should be thinking about getting him out of there. But what's our alternative? Kamala Harris. And I still haven't thought of a word that would be dumb as a box of rocks, because she's about as dumb as that is. Biden dropping out is not good news for Trump. Exactly, Dennis. Or for us. We want to win the election. Now the Democrats will be able to rationalize that they won't, or they won the election legitimately when in reality, they cheated massively. This is one of my followers and great people on Wimkin, Dennis. That's what he just said, and he's absolutely right. We want Biden to stay in. Let him stay in and let us win the election, because them Democrats got something up their sleeve, and that's what we're going to work on. So here's something else I'm going to go over tonight, and this is somebody you don't want in your corner backing you. And this person, I wouldn't want her backing a flea up. Ilhan Omar backs Biden. Everybody supporting the president. No, they're not. We got Democrats on video saying they don't need to go. We got one idiot saying yes. All he would say was, "We're backing Biden, backing Biden, back." Wouldn't elaborate anything on that. So they know there's issues in the Democrat Party. So that's why they are in total chaos right now. All right, what else we got happening tonight? Tonight, Biden campaign says Harris is increasing her role in the re-election campaign. Why start now? She hasn't done anything since she's been in office. She's supposedly the border czar. What has she done? Open the border up, never goes to the border, the actual border where people are actually coming in. I think she went one time to where nobody was there, not a soul. So that is not doing your job. She's dim-witted, can't talk whatsoever, has no brain whatsoever about her. But like I said, we will go over this and so much more in depth. Got to have coffee this morning. It's too early to be down here. I was making stickers on my vinyl machine this morning before we got on live. And I still have to do some more, but here's a peek of it. If you can see that real well there, my fingers are in the way. Yeah, I made that one this morning. And I got to still clean it up some, but that's what I do in the mornings when I can't sleep. So, all right, what's next on the list here? We got Biden lashes out at Trump. Supreme Court as more Democrats say they should withdraw. That he should withdraw, sorry. Biden lashing out is an issue because that is part of his mental acuity that's messed up with Parkinson's or dementia, where they could just fly off the handle for no reason. You could say hi and they'll freak out. That's just part of the mental issues. And these are the things that he should not be in office right now. But, let's keep it the way it is and let it fly. But don't he's not making the decisions anyways. His inner circle are making the decisions in here. Like Jill Biden that should be charged with elder abuse. Oh, yeah. And again, I've went over this a couple of times already, but I'm going to do it again because this is getting very well reviewed. About Biden's physician says neurologist visited White House as part of an annual examination. Now, you guys will hear a lot different from Democrats than what it actually is, and that's what we'll go over tonight. I'm not going to give it away of why that's a lie. And they're going to continue with this lie. And KJP is the biggest liar of them all, and the bad liar at that. So where the heck is it at? Oh, here it is. And she sits there and lies constantly, and then when somebody questions her about it, she gets all mad and upset. It's the worst DEI hire ever. And that stuff's got to stop. You can't hire somebody just because if they're a black gay woman. You can't hire them because of that. They need to be qualified for a position that you're hiring them for. And she sure the hell is not. Okay, let's see. Where am I at here? Okay, what else are we getting into tonight? Well, with Dennis here, he gave me a suggestion, and he's been beating me to punch on every show about don't get dead, disaster factor, tip of the day. I put the disaster factor in, he put the don't get dead, but it works great with it. But we give you tips on how to survive an emergency. And we're not talking about just wars and stuff like that. No conspiracy crap. We're talking about storms like Texas went through, the hurricane and stuff. And how to survive that. If you have food, if people can't get out, or if the electric's out like this and stores don't have generators and the food goes bad, you can't buy anything. So this is what we do. We're going to give you tip of the day. And Dennis has been pretty good at that on Wimpkin. And if you have not seen Wimpkin, check it out. WIMKIN. A lot of people haven't heard of it, and it's not that new, but it is new with the upgrades and everything that they've done, and it's a great place. I have great people on there to come on chat every day, and they're awesome people. And they make it exciting, make my show even more exciting than just this pretty face being on here. So you got to check it out if you can. And on Wimpkin, on Rumble, if you've never heard of Rumble, great place. It's a new up and coming YouTube, which you get censored on there. I've been censored many a times. If you go there, Rumble, Wimpkin, Rumble, or Twitter, X, and look up Country Conservative, you'll find me, and you won't see my face. You'll see a symbol or my icon or anything that says Country Conservative or Conservative Viewpoint. Follow me on there, friend me, everything. Also on YouTube, I've got one going still at Country Conservative 1776, and you could like and just subscribe on there to watch my live streams also, because I do stream to Facebook. Right now I'm Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, and Wimpkin, and later on I'll be on Instagram. My Facebook is under Charlie Brown. That's right, that's me. I'm Charlie, the Country Conservative. Check it out. Friend me on there if you want. If you have Facebook and don't have the others, you can friend me on there. But Wimpkin is a great place if you guys want to do it and join in to chat with these guys. These guys are great. They get into depth on conversations, and I do go over there things like I did Dennis's this morning, and he was on there late with me last night until 10 o'clock at night. So it was pretty cool of him to come on this morning. But check him out. Follow me, share everything. Share these videos, because I want people to get the truth. I don't want people to sit there and just say, well, I'm voting Democrat because I'm a Democrat. I was a Democrat for 36 years. You get screwed over and you see stuff like this. If they're a party of violence, a party of racism, and I'm not lying, they are not very good. And not the Republicans are. They got some issues too, but if we get Trump back in office, we will get this country back on a path that he had it on before, with lower taxes, gas prices, inflation was down. Everybody could afford to live with Trump in office. You had more money in your paychecks. Yes, he gave tax breaks to the rich, but that comes back to us. If he gives them to corporations, their prices are lower. So then we're paying less taxes on stuff. We're paying less for products, which we need that. I'm tired of paying $200+ to fill my truck up with diesel. And when he was in office, I paid $100. I can't afford that. I'm on disability retirement. I can't afford that stuff. So we got to do something, and November is coming right around the corner, and you guys got to help me out. Dan Bongino rule, 10-10-10, get 10 people call, 10 text 10 people, get 10 people registered to vote. Do whatever you can to help people realize that we're going to lose this country if we don't do something. I get people arguing with me all the time that says, well, if Trump gets in office, he's going to take away all their rights. Are you kidding me? What's Biden doing right now? They're censoring us. They're trying to take away our Second Amendment rights to protect us from the evil that he has led into the border, especially the terrorists. We have to worry about that now, waking up every day just hoping to pray to God that we don't have a terrorist attack. There's hundreds, maybe thousands of terrorists in this country right now at camps, just waiting for the word to say attack. And it's going to happen. Not if, it's when. And that's what we have to worry about. This is the stuff that has to be stopped. We've got to get the criminal element the hell out of our country. We have enough criminals in this country. I know, I worked at a prison. And we've got to get them out of here. And with Trump, with the mass deportation and stuff, that will happen. I will drive a bus if I have to. I'll help them. We've got to get them out of there. We've got to take care of our people that are laying on the streets. You've got illegal criminals that came across here to live in high-rise hotels. And we've got our American people, citizens, living on the streets, families. It's pathetic. It should not happen. And that is why we have to wake up people, liberals and everything. Share it with your liberal friends. I don't care if it makes them mad. If they take a look at it, fine. If they don't take a look at it, who cares? But they need to wake up and see the truth. If they want to, they can get on here and make a comment to me, and I will prove them wrong each and every time, because Biden has not done anything for this country except ruin it. That's what we get into, like stuff like that, on my nightly podcast, The Conservative Viewpoint. Excuse me, my nose itches again this morning. And we get into more stuff with the guys in chat that they put out some good points, and I go over there too. I try to get everybody's comments. Sometimes it's kind of tough because I have a thing to go through, but like I told you, I have a ton of videos for tonight. There's 10, plus the one I showed you earlier I'm going to show tonight. The one with the doctor and George Snuffleupagus. I'm going to show that tonight. So I've got 11 videos tonight. It's going to be a fully packed show. And I haven't even I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 more to tell you about. Do I got time? Yes, I do have time. If you know who Michael Moore is, he's a Hollywood elite idiot, douchebag, if you will. And he is a Trump hater to no end. He lets it known on X, Twitter, that he does not like it. But right now he is calling for Biden to withdraw. And he's saying that Michael Moore is accusing Biden's team of elder abuse. And who's the captain on that team but Jill Biden herself? And she wants to be called a doctor? Nah, she's not. Hell with that. She needs to be charged with elder abuse. They're pushing this man as a figurehead to stay in this race for power and money. That is a pretty pathetic thing when you're not worried about somebody's health over power and money. I think your husband would be, and his health would be more important, but how can they afford their mansions and everything, not being able to take all this money from foreign countries and stuff? So she is like power hungry and in her brain, and she needs to go. They all need to go. The whole Biden crime syndicate family needs to go. All right, what are we getting? Oh, the Republicans are weighing the 25th Amendment. Well, be it good or bad, I'm not sure. We talked about this earlier, and Dennis said that in chat, said that we want Biden to stay in because he makes it easier for Trump to win. Not that it wouldn't, it's not going to be easy. That's why I don't want to say easier for him to win, because we know the Democrats cheat. And there's always some kind of election interference on every election, not just before the 2020 election, before that too. They've interfered in elections for probably longer than I've been alive, and that's 56 years. So it's not something that I could say that it's just, it was not just that day. So let's leave it at that. But it's been happening forever. And this is stuff we need to stop, but we got to change it for the good of our country, because our country is affected right now horribly. And we don't want to do this. Now, we're also going to get into the GOP-led House. And now listen to this. Now has 25 days on the Hill before Election Day to pry the her tapes out of Garland. Now, they're supposed to be doing a vote on him to get him on the contempt charge, inherent contempt, which will allow the Sergeant of Arms to arrest him immediately. And nothing can be done about it. But we'll see if that happens. And we've only got, 2 more days left this week, and it was supposed to be this week. They did vote on American-only voting in our country. And problem is, and I mentioned this just last night on my show, that Hakeem Jeffries, the spokesperson for the Democrats, said that the Republicans are, how do you say it again? I got to remember. Oh, they're for only American voting in our country. So that means Americans won't be able to vote. If anyone can explain to me what the hell that meant, please explain that to me. Because if Republicans are for only American citizens voting, which is the law in the Constitution that says you can't be illegal at any one thing and vote in our elections. Well, if the Republicans are for American only voting, shouldn't everyone to follow the law? This goes to prove that the Democrats are lawlessness. They don't follow the law. If you heard that Chewbacca looking woman, and I can never remember her name, and I really don't care about her name, but she says, "The hell with the Supreme Court. We will defy them." You got to know that. That's got to be the biggest saying out there right now because they don't follow the law. Joe Biden's student loan payment forgiveness. Well, it's forgiveness to them, not to us, the taxpayers. We have to pay for that. Somebody has to pay for it. You just don't take money and pay somebody's bills, and it don't come from somewhere. So there you have it. So this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about that has to stop come November. It may not be our best answer. Trump will get us back on track, and then we will worry about the next 4 years. So hopefully when he announces his vice president, we will know if he's going to be the next vice president or if we are going to have to seek alternatives. But we don't fall in love with a candidate or a politician. We don't even fall in love. You listen to their Maxine Waters. That's right, Dennis. Thank you. You fall in love with what they do, the outcome of what they do. Because if you don't know how they're going to do stuff, like when Biden made this walking nightmare Harris border czar, did she go and stop the border, shut it down, clean it up, and vet properly? No, she did not. She opened it up wide with the help of Alejandro Mayorkas. And that's what they do. So this is why you have to watch the outcome. Biden ruined this country with high inflation, high gas prices, food prices, everything because of inflation has went up. The wars they've started just because within not even 4 years yet, Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Hamas, and they're fighting with Iran and all of them. China's knocking on the doorstep of Taiwan. All this under Joe Biden. He's paying more to Ukraine on a losing war. Don't believe it when he says they're winning, because they're not. They are not doing. Russia is tearing them up. Yes, Russia's holding some casualties, but so is Ukraine. Spending more money over in another country than taking care of our own people here. You want to be a legal citizen, come in here legally, not illegally. You're a criminal when you come in here illegally. Now, last couple of things I'm going to cover tonight. Chuck Schumer announces a scheme to strip President Trump of his court-granted immunity and try to send him to jail. Another lawless act by the Democrats. And the last thing, Judicial Watch is suing for police body cam footage of January 6th. These are the kind of things that we're going to be going over tonight. So I hope you guys can join me. And I'm just down here working on Friday's show already. And I got to go water my garden here real quick. But I'm going to get back into it and get things set up for Friday. But please join me on Wimpkin tonight for a great chat. You can chat also from Facebook and YouTube. But if you want to get involved and have a blast, get on the wimpkin.com, sign up for it, because these guys, you won't believe how these guys talk. They get into some depths into some of these stories and their feelings on the topics that we go over, plus some. They were getting into prepping stuff and last night, and was that last night or the night before? But they get into some great conversations, and it's like a family there. So get involved with them and with us. If you want your voices heard, if you go on YouTube, I can post it on the picture on the screen so we can post your question to get to the other guys. And if I can't get you an answer, they will. Dennis is like the medical and lawyer and everything. He can get us some answers. A lot of the guys in here that can do that. Hey, Rowdy's in here. Part of the plan. We are being bankrupt, then we will be replaced. He's right. And these are some of the guys that join me at night, at 9 o'clock at night. Excuse me, on my Conservative Viewpoint podcast at 9 o'clock. And these are just the kind of things when I have brain farts, they remind me that I'm having a brain fart, and they can tell me who I am, like Maxine Waters, the one that said, "The hell with the Supreme Court." Yeah, that was her. So, okay, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I do this for about a half hour just to let you guys know what's going on and get you guys to try to join me at 9 o'clock tonight on the Conservative Viewpoint. You won't be sorry. We get into depth and the details about everything that's going on. Like I said, I got a ton of videos tonight. It's going to be a hell of a show. So please tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're from a different time zone, because that's why I do this too, to let people know that are in a different time zones, because I got guys from England and everywhere, and Alaska. They all stay up to watch my show, and I love it. I appreciate it like you would not believe. I can't even express how much I love it. So please, I hope you guys can join me tonight. If not, I might be back here. If I can sleep in tomorrow, I won't be here tomorrow. But if I'm awake, I'm going to be here. Going to be down here working on shows anyway, so might as well let you guys know what's going on today. All right, thanks, guys. Dennis, Rowdy, thank you for stopping by. And hopefully I will see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the great show of the Conservative Viewpoint. See you then.